Good morning. I think we're all here. We gathered the students in grades so they can come in together and we could keep track of them and make sure we have all the kids here, and sometimes it takes a little longer when we're trying to organize the kids coming in. But I'm pleased to welcome you, faculty, parents, students, guests. Welcome to the 46th Schacht Lecture and also our NHS induction. I also want to welcome our 9th graders. If you look around, you won't see a 9th grade student because they are watching on the webcast from their advisory locations in order to make room for our guests. So thank you to the 9th graders. We appreciate it and hope you're able to enjoy the show from your vantage point. Regardless of how you're viewing the ceremony, we are glad we can be here together and congratulate our soon-to-be inductees, and also to welcome Dr. Daniel, who will be speaking to us shortly. As you know, the induction into the National Honor Society is no easy feat, as high academic standards need to be met, but with this organization, it's more than just that. As you will learn throughout today's program, the National Honor Society expects and values, in addition to academic excellence, they also want leaders in their community, highly involving, serving others, and also to have outstanding character. You will hear more about the 4 pillars of the NHS pillars in the ceremony. Those include scholarship, service, leadership, and character. These 4 pillars won't lead you astray, students. They are important. And indeed, they mirror or are very close to the Athens Academy pillars. Our students do very well as they find their way and choose the pillars that they want to embody the most. Whether it be academics, athletics, arts, or service and leadership. This is a great place to learn and grow into young adults, and where students' hard work and discipline culminate in impressive results. Imagine the class of 2022 and 2023 combined earned $15.5 million in scholarships, and that does not include Hope and Zell. It's really impressive. But even more importantly, our students are prepared and successful as they go off to college of their choice. Students, keep up the good work, stay focused on what's important to you and where you want to go in your future, and it will pay off. Now, I'd like to introduce Elizabeth Raver, class of 2024, who will introduce today's speaker, Dr. Daniel. Elizabeth?
Dr. Andrea Daniel currently serves as the president of Athens Technical College. Prior to this position, she served as executive vice president for economic development, vice president for external affairs, and vice president for student affairs. She has served the college for over 26 years, beginning her career as student services director on the Elbert County campus of Athens Technical College, and later transitioning to the main campus to become the college registrar. Dr. Daniel began her career working in the office of Senator Sam Nunn and supported the work of the Armed Services Committee. Dr. Daniel previously worked as a senior planning analyst for the Atlanta Regional Commission on projects such as the Outer Loop Study, Vision 2020, Education Stakeholder Committee, Planning and Zoning Studies, and Olympic Transportation Planning. Additionally, she is a former co-owner of a tabletop retail gift store in her hometown of Elberton, Georgia. Dr. Daniel has completed the Executive Leadership Academy of the Technical College System of Georgia, and she is a graduate of LEAD Athens class of 2008. She has also successfully completed the Georgia Tech Annual Basic Economic Development course and the Georgia Regional Academy for Economic Development's Essentials of Economic Development course. In January of 2020, Dr. Daniel was elected and nominated by a group of her peers to serve on the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission and Colleges Board of Trustees. for her efforts in demonstrating excellence, creativity, and success in business and furthering the goals of other professional women, Dr. Daniel was presented the Athena Award in February of 2020. In November of 2020, Dr. Daniel received the Elbert County Native Citizen Award during the annual meeting of the Elbert County Chamber of Commerce. Dr. Daniel has a bachelor's degree in political science from Lander University, a master's degree in public administration from the University of Georgia, and a doctorate in business administration specializing in organizational leadership from North Central University. Her hobbies include reading, hiking, and cycling. Dr. Daniel is married to Sterling Daniel, and they have one daughter, Kimberlyn, who is a graduate of Georgia Southern University and received her master's degree from the University of Georgia. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Daniel.
Giving you a quick preview. Thank you. Thank you so much. You gotta love technology. I have a lot of people that help me with technology, and I definitely need help. Could not do my job without it, but as the days go on and the more years that I'm serving, I need more and more help, so thank you very much. Want to begin by saying how excited I am to be here today. This room holds a lot of great memories for me. My daughter graduated from Athens Academy in 2016, and for me, it is really surreal to be here. I did not tell Headmaster Thorson, but when John called me, I was supposed to be off today and not working, and all the dates that we talked about were dates that I was going to be off, and so it meant so much to me to be asked to be here that I decided to come and join you, and I really appreciate that, and appreciate all that Athens Academy has meant to our family. So this speech today, or this lecture, is really about the power of education. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Athens Technical College because it's what I know. But I'm going to talk to you about more than our college and the return on investment of education at Athens Academy, at Athens Technical College, and beyond. So we're the third oldest technical college in the state of Georgia. There's 22. We're not a part of the Board of Regents. We're part of the technical college system of Georgia. But we were the first technical college to earn SAC COC accreditation, which is very important. It means standards, high principles, which Athens Academy definitely exudes academic excellence. And in my presidency, for the almost 8 years that I have served, you develop mantras, you develop items that you focus on and you share with your students. And really, I've had 3. And one of those is Nelson Mandela's, education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. Now, there's been a lot of peer-reviewed articles about that, and some disagree with his statement. They think that education is the most influential factor that you can use. I choose to remain and stick with Nelson Mandela's quote. And the reason that I can do that, the evidence that I have of that, is what I have witnessed over the almost 27 years of educational experience at my own college. I've witnessed a student whose mother had cancer his senior year. So he decided to take care of his mom. And he did not finish his senior year in a normal fashion. I witnessed that student after her death have no regrets. I witnessed that student come to us, finish his high school equivalency, and earn a full ride to Georgia Tech University for scoring the 1% in the nation, 1,600 on the SAT score. I've witnessed the cycle of poverty being broken in families, and I've witnessed education being the great equalizer. I've witnessed one of our biotechnology students, graduates, help create a test used in third world countries, a medical test that identified 8 diseases versus 1. And then I've also witnessed our graduates in biotechnology go to Baxalta, which is now Takeda, and work on cancer-fighting drugs. I've also been able to talk to one of our graduates who is the chief officer and running Piedmont Athens Regional's ER. Those are just some examples. I could go on and on about their incredible stories and how education is a powerful weapon to change the world for good. I share this with our students, and I hope that you realize the power that you hold to change the world for good. I want to turn back and talk to you a little bit about the return on investment, because I can share all the stories with you about the students and their heartwarming experiences that I've had. But sometimes it takes return on investment for people to understand, or to see it in a different light, or just think differently. So at our college, we offer 191 programs in 3 areas: business and education, life science and public safety. We have the RN nursing program, radiology. We have vet tech, great partnership with UGA. They train the veterinarians. We train the animal vet nurses. They house all of our animals, great partnership. And then our technical studies, which include all of the high demand programs that we offer, which I'm going to talk about. We have a very large service area of 11 counties. I won't read them all to you, but you see the map there. And it's very similar. I always used to enjoy seeing the map of Athens Academy and where all the students were traveling from. We were one of the first families that traveled from Elberton, Georgia. My daughter went here from K4 through K-12. I'll tell you about why we did that in just a moment. One of the things that we do at our college that demonstrates the importance of what we're doing and the confidence that I have in my faculty, we warranty all of our graduates. So if a student comes to us and they take accounting and then they go to work in the accounting field and they're not proficient, we take them back, train them for free, no cost to the student, no cost to the company. Give you a snapshot of our college. Our academic enrollment, 6,000, graduates, 1,624, unique companies we serve, 213. Very proud of our in-placement field of 98.8, and very proud of our job placement rate this year of 100%. This is just our academic enrollment. When you count the other programs that we have at the college, the economic development work that we do in the training, it's 21,000 students that we're serving. And then our age, very proud of our age. Over 70% of our students are under the age of 25. Very proud of this. We love having experienced students. I don't say older, but we love having experienced students. But we also enjoy having students that come to us and find their passion early. And they don't come back to us when they're 30 or 35 and say, why didn't I know about you all? And we're really proud of our enrollment increases. We've had a 28.9% in all of our high demand fields, a 31.4% increase in graduates from one year to the next, which is unheard of, and then a 10% increase in enrollment this term. And then our high demand programs that I talked about, mechatronics, engineering, pre-engineering, industrial electrician, truck driving, machine tool, air conditioning, all of those high demand programs, the enrollment went up 29.8%. And then I want to talk to you for a moment about the return on the investment that I mentioned. When my daughter came to Athens Academy, I was looking for the entire package. And I looked at the number of scholarships that were given. I talked to parents. I attended sessions before she was even here. I had discussions with Ed Talley. I had talks with family members who were here. And I can remember those vividly. And it was very important to me that my daughter gain an entire package in education, which has really worked out well for our family. For us, really quickly, my daughter got a President's Scholarship. She got many scholarships, but she got a President's Scholarship to Georgia Southern. And she had scholarships to Auburn. Yes, we were almost a War Eagle family. Hard to say as a UGA graduate. But at the end of the day, she got that President's Scholarship, and she got the Zell Miller Scholarship too. And Athens Academy helped prepare her for all of her endeavors and to keep that scholarship. Because at our meeting at Georgia Southern, they told the students, turn to your left and turn to your right. Only one of you will keep the Zell Miller Scholarship based on statistics. My daughter said, I'm going to keep it. She did. She won the department award. She got to go and intern for Senator Johnny Isaacson before he got sick. She had a great experience. We were able to take that investment and apply some of those funds to her graduate work at UGA that she's finished. She now works for the Georgia Department of Economic Development. You'll see why our entire family is immersed in economic development. Is what we do. It's what we know. And she's a statewide project manager working in Atlanta. Loves Georgia. I instilled that love of Georgia in her. So glad that she came back from DC. Also, for our students, doesn't just apply for Athens Academy students. For our students, I wanted to know the return on investment. So I had the best economic strategist in the nation called EMSI, NC. They're out of Idaho. Why they're out of Idaho, I can't tell you. I need to ask them that. But they do great work. And their work stands the scrutiny of any reporter that I've ever talked to that had questions about how we came up with our numbers. So from that, you'll see that at Athens Technical College, our students have a 23.8% return on their investment, compared to a 10.1% return in the stock market over a 30-year average, and compared to a 0.8% return on a savings account. You'll also see our top industries that we impact. Healthcare, that I'm very proud of, the work that we do in healthcare. We're one of the main reasons that Athens Regional doesn't have to hire temp nurses or traveling nurses. They hired 68 of our RNs last year. We have a 14.9% million dollar impact in manufacturing, which is on the rise. And then all of the other items that you see there shows our impact that we have in our region. And I really like this slide. Take a moment and share this with you. I'm a baseball fan, love the Braves, and on this you'll see a lot of numbers. But you'll also see up on the left a baseball diamond. And I love the Braves. So when I saw that, it sticks out to me that the economic impact that Athens Technical College has on the region would be equivalent to us or the World Series having been hosted by Georgia 18 times. I'm very proud of our students, very proud of our college, and very proud of the economic value of Athens Technical College. And I would venture that my alma mater, UGA, has the same type of, and probably beyond. They are the big fish, and I value President Moorhead very much. We know we're not the flagship university, but we do have great partnerships and work together. And then I want to take a moment and just share with you some of the future of economic development. That's what my family knows. My daughter's a statewide project manager, bringing companies to Georgia. My husband works for Quick Start, the best training program in the nation for companies coming to Georgia. And then I help in a small way to educate students at Athens Technical College who fulfill the needs of the workforce in Georgia. And people ask me, Dr. Daniel, how do you sleep at night? Everywhere that I turn, there's a help wanted sign. And I've said to them, I I don't fill every help wanted sign job. We're not in retail. Yes, we have marketing, but we're not a retail provider or a fast food provider, which is fine. Jobs are great. But what we do at our college is we train students and they gain the skills, and that's very important. So from that, I do want to share some key items, and one is that not all graduates are going to go to a research university. I would think the majority of Athens Academy graduates should and want to go to a research university. That is fine. If a student comes to our college and they're taking English and math, and they tell me that their goal is going to be a journalist, we do not offer journalism. Yes, we have the first year English, second year English, all the psych and all of the courses that transfer on to UGA, and we will prepare the students to enter UGA, and many do, which is fine. I will help them get to the University of Georgia to pursue journalism, their dream. But if they're wanting to be a registered nurse, they're wanting to be a welder, they're wanting to pursue business, then we're the right place for them. And there are many, many students, as evidenced by almost 29.9% that are coming back to us at an older age. Higher education must demonstrate more graduates to serve the businesses that are coming to Georgia. We evidenced that this year, or achieved, I should say, that by 31% increase. That was great. It's not enough. Not enough for the growth that we're seeing in the state of Georgia under our governor, Brian Kemp, who's bringing companies to Georgia at the fastest pace that I've seen in 27 years. And then I'm going to share not all education is equal. The science, technology, engineering, and math sectors, they are humming along. There's no better word for it. At our college, the pre-engineering students, they are being sought after earlier and earlier at a younger age. We have trouble getting companies to let them graduate before they can get great jobs. And then I want to take a moment and talk about AI, artificial intelligence. I'm going to tell you, this is something to keep your eye on, and it's something that you're experiencing now, whether you even know that you are or not. AI, I started looking at this in 2018 with the Brookings Institute. And what is AI? What is artificial intelligence? Basically, and I say basically because it has so many tentacles, but it's a machine displayed intelligence system that's similar to human behavior or thinking. But it can be trained to source and serve and solve specific problems. In addition to the Brookings Institute work that I've done, the Harvard Data Source Initiative, where Francesca Dominici asked me, in talking with her, I serve on the Southeastern Regional President's Roundtable, and she asked me, how are you going to AI-proof your graduates? It really gave me pause. It really gave me pause when Elon Musk said, the founder of SpaceX said, that this is the thing he feared the most. So I've started really working on it to a greater degree and went through an exercise recently where I had an agenda for my leadership team, and it was plugged into a system, and AI replanned that agenda for me in a more efficient way. What I know is that AI application, because I'm now looking at the work done by Servion, it's going to grow by 2025. 95% of customer initiatives will be powered by AI. We deal with it now every day, whether it's Siri or Alexa, but the growth in the field is expanding faster than anything I've seen in education. We're using it now at our college for administrative tasks. We're using it for admission purposes. We're using it for chat. We're using it for personalized learning is really coming next. So from that, I would share with you that's something to to look at and be on the horizon to think about. And for you students, I want to say today, the ones that are being honored, I congratulate you. I thank Headmaster Thorson for having me here today. It's good to see Headmaster Chambers. And I want to share with you what I share with my students. I don't expect you to write this down. If something hits your interest, then I hope that, or sparks your interest, I hope you'll take a look. But I share reading material with my students. I cannot expect them to read if I'm not reading. And I have some favorites, and I have some items that I'm rereading, and some new ones. So it should come as no surprise to you that Nelson Mandela is one of my favorites with The Long Walk to Freedom. I've read that book twice. Carlo Rovelli, anything that Carlo Rovelli, the Italian physicist and writer, writes, I will read. The 7 Brief Lessons on Physics, I've read that repeatedly. Reality is Not What It Seems and The Order of Time are some of my favorites. And then my latest favorite is the book Reaching for the Stars. It's about a NASA astronaut, Jose Hernandez, and there's a movie out called A Million Miles Away. The actor Michael Pena plays him. So I hope that that will give you some thought, and I hope that today I have conveyed to each of you how much your education means. And I believe exactly what was stated here today. The return on the investment of Athens Academy to you will be great. It will, as Mr. Chambers said, it's always up to you to do the work. I was telling him a story, and I was telling several other people a story about my daughter. She was doing a 6th grade project here, and she was struggling and wanted it to be perfect. And I said to her, why don't you try so-and-so? Or have you thought about so-and-so? And she said, Mom, that will not work at Athens Academy. That would be something for a 3rd grade project. And I said, really? And then she finished her work. She got an A on that project. And I saw the evidence of what she meant by her project. That has continued in our family. This was the correct decision for us to send our daughter to Athens Academy. And she has flourished and done well, as I know each of you are doing here today. And I congratulate you for that. And thank you all.
Thank you to our speaker, Dr. Daniel. Would you please join me in another round of applause? We will now begin with the induction phase of our ceremony, and we will start with the induction of our new members. The one lighted candle, seen on the table before you, represents the eternal light of knowledge. Knowledge is a tremendous element of life that leads to the highest success for those pursuing it. It can be attained, though, only through great diligence and great effort. Indeed, knowledge is the reward of a continual pursuit of excellence. Membership in the National Honor Society is one of the most esteemed privileges offered to our nation's high school students. With this privilege, as with any other honor, comes a serious responsibility to strive for even greater excellence in those qualities already appreciably demonstrated by these students. At this time, members of our current society will briefly review the 4 qualities on which membership depends. First, we will have scholarship and George Barkley.
Scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning and dedication of oneself to strive for knowledge. For this reason, the academic criteria for membership in the society are very high. Each candidate has a responsibility to expand his or her world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
We will hear about the pillar leadership from Gia Patel.
The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest to the interests of others, the willingness to give of one's time and talents for the benefit of the community. Members of the society must demonstrate the capabilities of leadership in promoting the school and community activities. He or she must be willing to hold offices and positions of responsibility and must be faithful in the fulfillment of offices and responsibilities undertaken.
Fire is scary. The Pillar of Service by Thomas Collins.
Service. Service can be expressed in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise for giving help to others. Willingness to serve the school, the community, and our world without compensation or even recognition is the quality we seek in membership in this organization. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation for a better future.
And our last pillar, character, Will Deloach.
Character is the force that distinguishes one person from another. It gives him or her individuality and personality. Our character, comprised of mental and ethical traits, individualizes and differentiates us from one another. It is who we are, and it is best manifested in our daily actions and interactions. By being reliable, honest, sincere, tolerant, understanding, cooperative, and fair, we hope to realize the ideals of the society.
Thank you to our students who took care of the fire for us. We know it's scary, but I'd like to take a second to say each of these students have been recognized and chosen as student speakers for demonstrating the very pillar that they lit the candle for. So a round of applause for them as well.
The emblem of the National Honor Society includes the keystone and the torch. The keystone bears at its base the letters CSLS, which stand for the 4 principles you have just heard summarized. On this table, you now see 4 lighted candles representing those same 4 principles. Will those being inducted please come forward and receive your pen and certificate as I call your name? Sienna Avolio. Veronica Babbitt. Kira Barber. Robert Beckham. Thomas Borst. Renee Cargo. Zach Chapeau. Maddie Connor. Maya Davis. Ansley Davis. Luke De La Fuente. Tara Dolan. Adelaide Ellis. Kate Farmer. Brooke Farmer. Jane Frierson. Leo Guevara. Vibha Gowda. Crawford Grow. Walter Heckenberg. Lucy Hollingsworth. Nora Iazzi. Reese Gerard. Reed Johnson. Hampton Johnson. Macy Kearney. Nina Klein. Emmeline Land. Bailey McCurdy. John Maxwell McKillop. George McMaster. Kartik Menke. Michaela Mark. William Murphy. Emmeline Nylon. Janie O'Neill. Anya Patel. Nishal Patel. Mimi Presswood. Noah Pryor. Ella Pulliam. Yusra Rahman. Avery Roark. Marie Rutledge. Connor Schoenfeld. Wade Slatcher. Molly Smith. Hadley Spurlock. Hank Stevens. Emily Stortz. Alex Talley. Sam Talley. Christina Vega. Rachel Wicker. Brinkley Williams. Joshua Xie. Ava York. Will all the new members of the National Honor Society please stand? As we prepare to light the candles, may we reflect upon scholarship, character, service, and leadership that spring from the light of knowledge, and on the connection we share under these ideals. Please repeat after me. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing. To maintain a worthy and untarnished character. for courageous leadership. And to give myself freely in service to others. I promise to uphold the high purpose of the National Honor Society and the ideals of Athens Academy. Congratulations to all the new members. This concludes the induction ceremony. You may blow out your candles and take your seats. You can blow them all out now. It's okay. As we close today's ceremony, we would like to thank the many people who have made today's event possible. First, we would like to officially, again, congratulate our new inductees, so let's join us in another round of applause. We would also like to congratulate our families and faculty who are with these students every day, both helping them and encouraging them. As you can imagine, many steps are involved when successfully putting together events like these. We would like to say a big thank you to Ms. Tebow, Ms. Mathis, and the development office, and the facilities who, behind the scenes, quietly make these things happen. Ms. Street and I would not be able to successfully execute this event without their help and support.
We also must not forget to acknowledge our student speakers. You were chosen to represent the pillars because you embody these pillars, and you should be proud of being recognized and chosen to be a part of this ceremony. And finally, thank you to Dr. Daniels for being our 2023 Schacht Lecturer. Many of us in the room were honored and blessed and able to remember and teach Kimberlyn, so it's really nice to see you come back and represent both what you do and what we do here at Athens Academy. So thank you. We do have a small gift for you. If you would please come forward. Please join us in thanking Dr. Daniels one more time. We would like to invite our newly inducted members and their parents and families to a reception in Myers Gallery immediately following this pictures that we're going to have out here. As we dismiss, we're going to ask that everyone remain seated and allow our new inductees to head on up to the amphitheater where our wonderful Miss Cuneo is there ready to take their picture. You can leave the candles behind, guys, and take the programs with you. If everyone else will remain, parents, will give you just a second, let them get out there, they'll get them all organized, and then you can go take your pictures. I know that's so important. And then once that's done, thank you all for joining us and helping us today. Myers Gallery for the reception. Be safe, be well, and thank you. Have a wonderful day.